Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. As promised, in this video we're gonna make the matching skirt to the sweater we made last week. So it will be a nice one and nothing else to show, you know the fabric now. So the only thing I want to say is I saw in my analytics that most of my viewers are not subscribed to my channel. And I would really love if you like my videos, please subscribe. It's free, you don't get stalked with anything, but it just helps my channel. I don't monetize it, so I don't earn any money of it. That's not the purpose of my channel. But I would love to share the love for sewing, to get more people into sewing and making the things themselves, and also making the patterns themselves, because it's really not that difficult. So please, if you're not subscribed yet, please consider subscribing, and I'll show you how to make the skirt to this sweater. And I must say, I put on this skirt this morning. I made it myself too, but I don't have a sewing class out of it. It's pretty old now, but it's a really nice one out of velvet with, yeah, you can see it I think in the mirror, with a visible 2 buttons and a zipper. So if you like me to make a tutorial out of this one, please let me know, because it's one of my favorite shorter skirts and it's very nice and comfortable. So let me know if you want the skirt of this skirt too. And now I'll show you how to we make the sweater for this, we make the skirt for this sweater. So for the skirt, what you can do, you have 2 options. If you want to make it easy on yourself, you could just, this is the part that I have left of the fabric after making the sweater. What you do is you can just fold it together. If you have a piece like this, like me, that is enough length for your skirt, you can fold it double like I just did. Make sure that your overlap is at least 20 centimeters, otherwise you will flash everyone when you walk and it opens up. So make sure you have that, and that is enough width for your hip. So this must be your hip size. And then what you can do is just fold in to the inside, of course, but I show you to the outside. Just fold in the top so that you have a casing all the way around, and of course sew this on top of each other so that this is closed. And then put your elastic in, then it will cinch up to your waist length, hem it, and you're done. Pretty easy. But what I want to do, I want my skirt to make it more structured. So I will use my basic pattern for the skirt. If you don't have that yet, I will link it down below in the description box, how you can use your basic pattern to your own sizing. So I'm gonna cut this out. It will be one with a dart in the front, 2 darts in the back. And I will cut it out of my fabric with some overlap in the front, of course, 10 centimeters to the left and 10 centimeters to the right, so that I have enough of that 20 centimeters that I want for the overlap. So we're gonna do that. So I cut my pieces out. If you did it the easy way, then you're probably already done with your skirt. I cut out my back part and my 2 front parts, and make sure you mark where your darts will be for the front and the back. So we're gonna sew them now. If you're not familiar with sewing darts the right way, I have a tutorial about that. I will link it down below in the description box, where you can see how you can do that. You can just sew it down in a point, but if you do it the nice way, it looks really more nice, certainly with this kind of fabric. So if you're not sure about that, watch that tutorial first. So we're going to sew the 4 darts in the back and the 2 in the front. Now that we've sewn the darts, make sure you iron them down very nicely to the middle. And then we're going to make this side seam. So put your front pieces on top of the back piece, right sides together. And then align your side seams on both sides. And we're going to sew the side seams. Now that you have your side seams sewn, you're gonna pin down your left front part just by folding it in 1 centimeter and again 1 centimeter, and then top stitch it. And for me, the right part is that nice frill. If you don't have that frill, of course also hem this side part. And then we have to make a waistband, and I really had to put some scraps together because I didn't have enough fabric. So I made 3 parts together, 1 for the back and 2 for the front parts. I sewed them all the side seams and I pressed them down in half. Mine is now with the seam allowance 7 centimeters wide. Oh, I'm not in pharmacy. It is 7 centimeters wide. And of course the length of my skirt all the way around, so with including the overlap. If you have a less thick fabric as I have, I would recommend putting half of your waistband some interfacing on, because otherwise it will be too flimsy and your waistband doesn't have to be stretchy. It's nice when it has some structure. This one is thick enough, although it is stretchy, to use it just like this. But if your fabric is more thin, I really would recommend putting half of your waistband, so the inside part, putting on some interfacing. And what we're going to do is we're going to put this one on very simple. First sew down the ends by just folding it right sides together, and then sew that off and then turning it back, and then you just pin it on right sides together, the waistband double all the way around your skirt. And what you can do is ending the other side of your waistband where you've sewn it on, then you are sure that the length of your waistband is okay. You can now measure it out and then make sure that you have the end at the end of the skirt. But you can also leave this open and see how far you come and then sew the ends off like that. So we're gonna sew that on, and then you're gonna put it upwards and you're gonna top stitch it down on the skirt. I like that more than when you flip the seam allowance up and you top stitch the waistband. You can do that too, just preference. I like it more when it's on the skirt, but you can also do it like this by putting the seam allowance up and then top stitching it onto the waistband. And then I don't have to come back, because the only thing you have to do then is hemming your bottom of the skirt and putting on a button or a snap or whatever you prefer on the 2 sides of your overlap, and then your skirt is totally done. Finished the skirt. I put in my buttonholes and my buttons on, and I think it's a really nice classic piece that you can wear for years. It's very easy to wear because of the wrap over. It's stretchy, of course, so I think a very nice and very easy to sew piece. And here's the skirt, and with the sweater together I think it looks really nice. It's a very comfortable skirt. It's nice and stretchy, still nice and fitted in the waistline, and you can also tuck this in if you like. Maybe it looks nicer because then you have a little bit more of a waist definition, and because it is the same fabric and the same color, it doesn't mind me to tuck it in like this, and I think that's very nice too. So you can do whatever you like. You have a really nice two-piece that is very comfortable to wear, very nicely looking. You can dress it up or you can dress it down. I will show you later. But this is really nice and comfy. Over the knee boots. And looks very nice. You can dress it up a little bit with some jewelry or with your hair up or whatever you like. But this is a very nice outfit to wear just on a daily, because it's just comfortable and it looks nice. You look put together without any effort, because it's just a sweater and a plain stretchy skirt. So very nice. And I'll show you how you can dress it up some more for work, because I don't think this is work appropriate for most of the work spaces. But I'll show you how you can style it else. And when you put a nice silk blouse on it, it looks very different, very classy now, very appropriate for work. And you see, with just a plain simple skirt, very easy to sew, you have just some nice outfit options that are just comfortable to wear but look really, really nice. And maybe for work you must pair it with a blazer. So I have a very nice black velvet blazer that pairs very nicely with the white and the grey. So you put that over it and you look really good like this. So don't be afraid to start sewing, because you can make very easy pieces that still look very nice. Doesn't look self-made, that you know I hate very much. I don't like it when people see that I made it myself, although I'm proud that I made it myself, but it mustn't look self-made. And like this, you have a really nice skirt, very comfortable and looking very nice. So if you like my videos, please consider subscribing, and I'll see you again next week with a new sewing class. And thank you so much for watching. See you back next Sunday. Bye.